It's absolutely patently false for her to be saying that police presence does not deter crime and to blame violent attacks or rise in crime on our New York City's finest.
The reason there are more cops on the subway is there are more subway crimes. And like you said, it's gone up over 40%. And the tenor has changed in New York City. She's delusional. She has to stop huffing nitrous before she goes and does media appearances because she's flat out wrong. If she believes it, she's not fit to serve.
And that was a joke, to be clear.
That was Fox News' Outnumbered, responding to recent comments made by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The New York representative was interviewed on Tuesday, where she downplayed the city's crime problem. AOC told the Breakfast Club radio show, "A lot of people think that crime is up, when we actually see that shootings are down, when we see that huge indicators on the most violent crime in New York City is down. Subway crime is up, but let's also note that subway crime is up after they committed so many more officers to the subway system. So that also tells us from a policy perspective, adding more cops to the subway isn't solving this problem." Outnumbered criticised the comments, calling it patently false to place blame on the police presence for the rising crime in the subway stations. Kennedy labelled AOC delusional and flat out wrong. The comments come after statistics from the NYPD Transit Bureau found subway crime is up 44% in 2022. Assaults in subways are up by 17%, hitting the highest point since at least 1997. Robberies are also up by 32%. Crime was seen as one of the biggest political issues for New Yorkers at the midterm elections. It was the central focus of Republican candidate for Governor Lee Zeldin's campaign, who vowed to declare a crime emergency and suspend recently approved criminal justice law changes. However, Democratic candidate Kathy Hochul and other Democrats accused Zeldin of fear-mongering. Lee Zeldin did end up losing to Kathy Hochul, which wasn't a huge surprise as New York is seen as a safe blue seat, but it was certainly a lot tighter of a race than anticipated. But there is no denying crime really was an issue for New Yorkers when heading to the polls. According to NYPD statistics on crime in October 2022, there has been an increase. However, AOC was right in the sense the number of overall shooting incidents decreased in the city for the month of October by 33.6% compared to October 2021. This was driven by decreases in the areas of the Bronx, Brooklyn, Northern Manhattan and Queens. The NYPD statement says that this is thanks to deploying more officers to neighbourhoods, public housing areas and transit stations, despite what AOC said about the police presence in subway stations. The number of murders in the city has also decreased by 32.6% compared to the same time last year. Although the statistics show the number of gun arrests throughout 2022 is standing at a 27-year high. The overall index crime in the city has increased by 5.9% compared to the year before, largely driven by a 19.3% increase in grand larceny auto, a 9.6% increase in grand larceny, and an 8.9% increase in burglary. NYPD officers also saw an increase in arrests for complaints of major felony crimes, up by 16.5%. Arrests for major felonies also increased by 25.8%.